That's really bad, I know.
Yeah, it's really bad. If you reinforce her by giving her the food, you can't tell her off for standing there and drooling in front of you. Just can't.
But it's not just their dinner that Lucy wants to sink her teeth into. Victoria soon sees what happens when the mail arrives.
Lucy!
And how Lucy reacts when she comes face to face with the enemy.
Does that often happen then when she sees the postman?
Every time, pretty much.
If she wasn't on a lead, would she have gone for him?
She wouldn't have even barked, I don't think.
If she hadn't been on the lead, she'd have just gone to bite, I think.
It's always the dog that doesn't actually give any indication or any warning that is more dangerous than the dog that does bark and gives some sort of indication. But then that postman could have been severely bitten.
Time for Victoria to sit Rowan and George down for a firm chat.
You have a dog that is a yo-yo dog that has become unconfident because it's gone from one home to another to another. And then you got her. And you gave all the attention, and this dog became hyper-attached to you. Today, I was seeing on the monitor a dog really trying to cope with the separation with you. Have you thought of other ways of how to treat this?
We thought maybe we could get some more dogs.
You thought we could get some more dogs?
Yeah, we thought if we had a pack, then they'd kind of look after each other.
Actually, that's one of the things that you probably shouldn't do, because she's only got focus for you and for you. None of us matter in her world except you two. And what I'm going to tell you to do is not be cloying with her and giving her attention all the time when she asks for it. You are now going to step back, and you're going to teach her how to be independent and how to be confident. And you might think it's cruel, but it's what she needs.
There's something new inside your McDonald's Happy Meal.
Now Rowan and George know they have to be less loving. Victoria is back to start training.
Hi, Lucy.
The first thing Victoria wants to deal with is Lucy's food stealing. When the couple goes out, the dog can't cope, so she heads straight to the fridge and leaves a trail behind her.
I think what it's important is that rather than sort of stopping her getting to the fridge, actually making the fridge unpleasant for her is going to work. And this is where I use sound aversion. Now, here I've attached an alarm, all right? Yeah. That when the door opens, you'll hear this.
Oh,
that's very, very loud. And even though this might seem a little unpleasant because it is so loud and she's not going to like it, it's much better than her getting in there and swallowing something she shouldn't. I've rigged up a camera and there's a monitor outside, so let's go and see what she does.
With the fridge alarmed and everyone out of the house, it's not long before Lucy is up to her old tricks.
She's going in there. Oh! Oh!
Straight away.
Straight away. That's a loud noise.
It's amazing that something could just put her off so much that she won't try it again.
She might in the future, in a couple of days, but you'll have the alarm on again.
Yep.
So you mustn't forget to set that alarm when you leave. I mean, you're not going to need an alarm on your fridge for the rest of your lives.
It's fairly useful.
But it's fairly useful for right now.
Next, Victoria deals with Lucy's constant drooling. This has prevented Rowan and George from having any romantic meals.
All I want you to do, I'll demonstrate now, is that if she's sitting close to you, I want you just to stand up and just walk into her. As you walk into her, just say back. And then when she's a little bit further away, come back to sit down. So if you could do that once, Rowan.
Back.
Then again now, get up.
Back.
Walk into her.
This technique uses the power of the body to push Lucy away from food whenever she goes near her owners while they're eating. And by constantly repeating the action every time she pesters them for food, Lucy soon realizes she's not going to get fed and gives up.
Good. That's where you want her. It's really important that you never, ever feed her any more from your plates, ever. No more tidbits, nothing. She's getting it. You're in my space. Get out of my space when I'm eating. Okay?
Yeah.
With the food stealing taken care of, Victoria deals with the stress Lucy suffers when she's home alone. Victoria has a plan to keep her calm so Rowan and George can find some time for each other.
She knows the pre-departure cues of when you go. Keys, bag, coat. That's when she starts to get stressed. If you could both start to put your coats on. Just put your coats on. Let's see what she does.
The first stage of this exercise is all about limiting Lucy's anxiety before the couple goes out.
Move towards the door. Come back. Take your coats off. Come and sit down. Good. Fab, get up and do that again.
By getting Rowan and George to go through the motions of leaving the house repeatedly without actually going anywhere, Lucy stops getting nervous every time they put their coats on.
Fab. Sit back down again. Now, you're going to get up, go through the door, and immediately you've gone through the door, you're going to come back in again.
Repetition is the most important part of this training. The more Rowan and George go out and come back, the less bothered Lucy is about their arrival and departure.
Don't give her any attention.
If they don't make a fuss, Lucy's anxiety is not reinforced, helping her become less dependent on them.
Good.
It's hard not to give her the level of affection that we're used to giving her because, you know, we love her to bits and we demonstrate it all the time, but I think that's one of the most important things we really need to be strong about and not give in.